I think it can get really easy, especially with the year I had, to like get caught up in the fame and the sponsors and the hype and, you won, like life must be so good now. It's like, yeah, like a lot of things improved and, I was able to do a lot of good with the money and the new sponsors, and that's awesome. And I'm really happy I'm able to like provide for my family now and actually consider this a full-time job. But to me, it's like, I never did this sport for the money. I did it just because I love how it makes me feel. So if I can just focus on like, man, this sport just enhances every other part of my life and the training enhances every part of my life, it makes me excited to show up. So if you get an excited James showing up to training and competitions and a healthy James, I think I'm unstoppable. I'm James Sprague, I'm 22 years old, and I'm a professional CrossFitter. I guess a year ago from today, it was walking into Wodapalooza 2024. I hadn't had a lot of accolades under my belt. I qualified for my first games, kind of got wrecked at the games. I wasn't confident yet in what I could achieve. I was more just kind of breaking the barriers of becoming a games athlete rather than competing as a games athlete.
So one thing that people don't know about James is since he's been with me, I've been telling him that he has all the attributes to win the CrossFit Games. Right? Aerobic, and it's a very aerobic sport. If he just trusts the process, then the strength will come around. And I think last year is when we started to see the strength come around. And with that comes confidence.
So every competition I would go to, I was trying to learn something, pick up from these big guys. What were they doing different? What could I do different to emulate them? And obviously I had Dallin next to me training, who just took fit the year prior. So I had a lot of good people to look up to in my corner. And so I came into this 2024 year just with tenacity to learn and to just be a student of the game more. And I think if you always have that mindset, you're going to succeed. I want to be different. I want to do things different. I want to show up to these competitions and people to be like, I can't beat this guy. So that all starts with upstairs. I do some great things in training and wasn't able to emulate them on the floor as much. And so I'm like, it's just a different environment. Like, why can't you do what you do in training? So I couldn't figure out that whole floor piece. And I think that's where I started to connect it last year, was like, it's just another place to do a workout. So at Wodapalooza last year, I had multiple events where I placed higher than I thought I would have in the past. And I started to realize, like, you shouldn't be going out there just trying to, like, slide in. You should be out there trying to win. I also felt like it was the first time I was disappointed with a good finish. I think it was 6th or 7th last year. And that, like, to me was incredible, but I was also disappointed because I was like, I had so much more in me. And so realizing your unlocked potential, like, that was where I realized it. And then I went to semifinals that year and took 3rd and beat some big names. And I was like, you really just got to start believing upstairs. And that's what ran us into the CrossFit Games taking the dub, was just like, I believed and I had never stopped believing. And so I think last year I really tried to shift my mindset into being like, each event, I can be unbeatable in this. I can be first place in this. I will be, telling myself that you should set a crazy pace because you can hold on.
10 seconds. Final lifters, 9 and 10, coming up. 3, 2, 1, lift. Break for the hang. Oh, he'll stand it up. Easy money, pass it.
It's funny because so many people have sent me messages that are like, do you still work with Brew? Do you still do all this? I'm like, I feel like I've worked with Matt better than ever from home. Obviously, I've been doing it for 6 years, so I don't have as many questions as I did in the beginning, but I understand what you're going for with the intention of the workout, what you're going for with the intention of the day. And because I understand your why and your intention, it makes me want to be intentional about it. One thing I did a lot in 2024 was just stay home and be in such a routine, in such a rut. And I wouldn't change a thing. I didn't change a single meal. I didn't change a single bedtime. I was so habitual. And that is something that will lead me to win again, is if I'm just creature of habit. I keep my body healthy. I listen to my body, do a good job communicating with you, and not focus on anyone else. Focus on what I can do and how I can maximize what I'm doing. You know, last year was a good year, and it was a good marker for where I was at, but by no means at all was that the end goal for me to just win once. I want to be up there multiple times. I want to be known as the best guy in the sport, which we have, so many amazing athletes. We've already had Matt Frazier and Rich and Justin win multiple times, but who says I can't do it too? Yeah, I'm gonna win. I haven't had the most perfect lead up going into this competition, but it's not about a perfect lead up sometimes. It's about the mentality you go in with and the confidence you carry. And I'm saying this humbly, but I think that my fitness has just gone exponentially up since the games too, and I think that my confidence has gone up too. And I see Ricky winning the last 2 years, and I go, okay, that guy's good, but I'm good too. Not, okay, that guy's good, he's first, I can be behind him. It's I'm going to compete with him. I'm going to compete with anyone that's up there at the top, and I hope they bring their A game, as Matt Frazier says, because I think it's not fun to compete against guys that aren't showing up. I want to be the best version of every guy out there. I also want to just show up, do well in the weightlifting and the gymnastics. There's some quote-unquote weakness work out there for me this weekend that I think people would put me in a lower spot in, that I'm I'm going to go out and show you I'm different. I'm going to go out and show you there's not anything out here that can stop me. I don't want anything to be looked down on paper for anyone more, for James, and go, he just can't drive there. He's too tall. Oh, he just doesn't have it. It's no, he's going to be consistent every event. That's the athlete I want to be.
That was, that's how you like to start 2025 for James right there.
Oh, yeah.
Boost that confidence up so people remember his name. They got to put some respect on the name. Or you get this. But he's not surprised. And neither am I.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's get it going.